And oh. Say something, say something. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Whoever come in here, please tell me if you can hear me clearly. Mic check, mic check. Wait a minute, I think the mic are working. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. All right, only me. Can you hear me clearly? All right, good, good, good. Up, up. All right. Load up, up, up. Everybody who come in wants to come in, tell me say I can hear me clearly. Tell me you're hearing me clearly. But they I work with some extra equipment. Want to make sure that I can hear, I can be heard before my rant. Let me put the number in. So whoever want to call right now, I have the other phone hooked up to speaker. So whoever wants to call in, let me go ahead and put in a number here real quick. I know that our people always have some things to say. Did y'all just see the update to Shante story? Man accused of murder and Shante Skyers set ablaze. But hold on there, let me put in the, so it's 1-806-587, that's the calling number, 8953, and that is on WhatsApp. So if you have a WhatsApp and you feel like calling in to say some things, you can call in and go ahead and do so. All right, but give me a moment to talk first though. Make sure the phone up. Make sure speaker them live. All right. Yvonne Stevenson, good evening, good night, good afternoon, in whatever part of the world you are. Manners and respect. Thanks for your constant support and upliftment and all these things. What they are, people? Respect, respect, respect. All right, so let's start off by talking about this. As you can see, the titles, 2 titles this evening. One, we're going to talk about the Vybz Kartel health based on a picture that was released recently. And I don't know if you've seen the picture, but he looks a bit different, right? He looks a bit different, and people are saying that him look like him are going on a health crisis. Now, we'll discuss that real quick and get it out the way so we can get to the more important thing, is Shante Skyers. I'm not saying that Kartel health is not important, but he's a grown man and he'll get taken care of, right? We have a more pressing situation here. Yes, Gaza Nation. I hear that him look swollen in the face, right? Because if you check the body parts like the hands and stuff, it looks normal. I was saying to myself, maybe it's because we're so used to seeing him bleached out for so long that now that he's getting darker, and I mean, now that he's getting darker, he looks a bit different to us. We don't remember what dark skin Kartel look like. Plus, he's never been dark young. I mean, dark, like he started bleaching about when he was 35 years old and radical bleaching, right? And now he's what, 40, 41? So 6 years on a heavy bleaching there. That's what I wanted to get to. Thyroid glands, the thyroid. So I used to work in New York, right? When I used to live in Brooklyn, I used to work with one of the baddest hairdresser named Tanya. She's from Jamaica as well. And listen, so people are speculating food poisoning. Them people are said they're trying to kill him, so they're slow poisoning him, and all kind of something. Graves' disease, all kind of something. I don't think he has symptoms for Graves' disease. I think he has more symptoms for thyroid issues, the thyroid gland, because I worked with Tanya for a while and she was like one slim red girl from Jamaica, you know, slim, tall, red girl. And in space about the 4 years period there, she ballooned up from probably about 150, 160 to over 300 pounds. And her eyes went from, I mean, she had normal full eyes like I do, but her eyes went like this, and this is how she would walk around. And it was weird to see it after being around her from when her eye, like, you know, you have full eyes, part of your features. I love mine, but when they turned to that, it was something else to look at. So I'm looking. That's the first thing that struck me when I saw the picture. I was like, yeah, that's thyroid issues. It looks like it. Or was it the angle of the photo and he was looking up? Go look back on the photo again. Maybe he was looking up when he took that picture and it just looked that way there. I don't know. But it does look like he's having some health issues based on how the picture looks. The funny thing is, he sent out a come and follow him on Instagram, right? So he sent out a notification, he sent out a post on Instagram just recently. And me go over there quick because I'm trying to see if he's going to address. We're gonna get to the Shante thing, you know. I'm trying to see if he's gonna address what it was that makes him look so different in the picture, but he didn't. He just posted a joke. 2 cars catch up on a road, and he said, in Jamaica, drivers be like, move over, no more road there, enough space there, and the car is actually hanging off the cliff. So he wasn't addressing it, and it has a lot of us looking like, what is? So I'm going to try to find, it, the picture. Insight activity saved, okay. All right, so how's everybody doing this evening? Manners and respect, people. Maybe that's why him said someone obey him. When did he say that? Because you know Kartel already, he always talk a certain kind of way. So here's the picture. Here's the picture. And I'm thinking maybe he was just looking. See it? So that's the Vybz Kartel picture we're talking about, people. I want you to look at that picture of him, not the guy with the dreads. If you don't know who Vybz Kartel is, because some of my audience members, you know, they're grown people, elderly, and they're not into certain things, and they definitely don't know. So, or maybe we just haven't seen him dark skin in a while. Does he look weird to you compared to him? I'm going to show you a now picture. That's him in the white t-shirt. Look at the eyes, right? And then I'm going to show you another Kartel picture now so you can make a decision. Keep that image in your brain now, right? So in case you're wondering what all stir is about, that was now just posted of Vybz Kartel. And then I'm going to take a famous picture of him now and look at the eyes and look at the face. So what do you say? Yeah, I don't think hypertension, diabetes would cause the eyes. I've worked around a lot of people with hypertension, diabetes. I worked around people that are at their renal, kidney failure, and all these things at end stages, and none of them make the eyes bulge like that, except for, yes, I agree, he looks very different. None of them makes the eyes bulge like that except for a thyroid issue, right? See that? Yada girl, keep it real. So no man, something is definitely wrong. Well, I'm waiting for him to address it. I'm waiting for him to address it. You know what's funny? And you know what's crazy? We're going to give this topic about 5 more minutes or so, and then we're going to really get into the Shante Sykes story. So I went to go look at this picture, right? And under the comment section, I could not believe that people still there on some Gully and Gaza thing and some, yeah man, bringing up lyrics like what Alkaline said in his song and all. It's like, that's why I'm not really deal with the dancehall thing no more, because I got to realize that people are actually take it like dead serious. Yeah, one man will look like he's going through some health scare, and I'm telling you that sickness can reach any one of us. That's why me try to carry myself humble, because you might be up and fit and healthy today and laughing at people, and the next time them see you, you look like you're in need of, desperately in need of help, right? And life has a way of bringing you there. So, I don't know. The people that I talk about alkaline, this and that, and I don't know. I'm not on any of that here, so if it happened to any one of the DJ them or any person out there, me I gonna feel a bit aware, right? About it. Sickness can happen to any of us. All right. Yeah, and that may I say, let's hope he can figure it out good soon. Let's hope he gets the proper medical attention he needs. I mean, being in prison, prison is no bed of roses, and it's not supposed to be either. So, sir, hyperthyroidism, Charmaine Diva, exactly. And that's exactly what I think it is. That's exactly what I think it is. See the KK saying sweat like crazy in previous prison pictures. His eyes are bulged, and he went to the hospital for thyroid and abnormal heartbeat. Those are all symptoms of Graves' disease, unfortunately. Well, it could just be hyperthyroidism. I don't know about Graves' disease too much, but yes, it's the same with Wendy Williams as well. And I've been around people and worked closely with someone for a number of years and watched the whole transition as she transitioned from a slim, tall girl to ballooned up to like 300 pounds, looked like a totally different person with no over exaggerating. When she walked around, this is how her eyes were. And they became like that naturally, bulging out of her head, like a good distance out. Yeah. So if Vybz Kartel does not, if that is what is happening, I'm no doctor. We're all on the outside looking in, literally, no pun intended, right? He's in, we're out, we're on the outside looking in. Really, no pun intended. But if he doesn't get the proper help that he needs, then in about another year or two, he will look like a totally different person. He will look like a totally different person, because I've watched somebody go through that transformation, and I don't know if she wasn't managing it right. I don't know if she wasn't taking the proper medications or what wasn't available to her, couldn't afford it, but she definitely did not look like the same person a couple of years down the road. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, bless up to him. I don't wish sickness on nobody. I tell people all the time, health is wealth. That's why I say protect your health with all you have, because once you start to lose it, you will feel like you want to give away everything you have just to get that health back. From you have health, you're rich, you're wealthy, yeah? And anything else can go on after that. I think once he comes out, he will definitely look the same again. He has a whole lot of money, and he has good doctors out here that he can have access to at leisure, whether instead of under restrictions, you know what I'm saying? And other things, a relaxed lifestyle will help a whole lot, because when you're suffering from hyperthyroidism, hypertension, all these things, being under heavy stress does not help. That's just a quick killer, So, all right, so let's move on now. Me too, my boy went from 280 pounds, now he's about 150 and look crazy. Yeah, see, with the hyperthyroidism, this girl gained weight. She ballooned, but she looked really different. Yo, I need to know on my Grecian pattern, the older you get, the less shift to do. Huh? Somebody help him out, cause I don't know. All right, here we go. Let's switch up now and let's talk about this whole Shante Skyers story. This is heartbreaking, but oh, migration. Okay, got it. All right, so yeah, take the first call now. I haven't touched on the topic yet, but I'm so excited for somebody to call in. People. Greetings. All right, that person the video called me, and I can't hear a thing. Okay, so let's talk about the Shante Skyers story now. So I made a post. For those of you who don't know what this is, because again, people think that when things break news that everybody knows about it, right? So I'm gonna quickly catch up the people who've been working 2 jobs or been working 1 job but double shift and they haven't had time for social media or television. We grind hard out here. Productivity and progress, we say. So I know a lot of people that are like this. So I'm gonna catch them up real quick. So for the people them who haven't been paying attention, there was a little girl, 7, 8 years old, I don't know. Some media outlet says 7, some says 8. She's that age group. She went missing on the 12th of this month. She was not found until the 16th, and that was yesterday. And when she was found in bushes and rubbles, somewhere close to where she lived. She had been sexually assaulted, and the word there that I used, or that phrase that I used, that so many people claim to hate, them dash her away, because that's all. I mean, it's callous, but that's what it is. I dash away the little girl, right? So yeah, man, that one that jerked me up, especially today. Today I took my daughter to dance, picked her up from school, took her to her dance. She's doing ballet. And I'm thinking, oh gosh, I'm privileged enough to have my baby passing milestones and enjoying life. And to see this, that's why I hug mine tight and give her some big kisses in her man. Because you just never know. You just never know. All right. So this story is going to get deep because news just broke that the person that was suspected of doing it has been caught. The community caught him and catch him on fire. But let's not talk about that yet, because that's a whole other story. So I put up a post under the Star online today, and somebody said them disagree with me about the fact that the parents were to be blamed as well. I understand that they're victims in this because it's their child they've lost. I understand that they're grieving, and I understand that me saying that sounds callous. But for those of you who've been following SouFLoTV for a while, you know, Sam, I come across with the truth, and sometimes it's just harsh or I come across with the truth, but the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I try to find ways to pretty it up, but Rasta, sometimes you have to just tell the truth how the truth is. Yeah? The parents, and I don't want any other parents to make this mistake. A country I come from, I used to grow up, I used to walk to school, I used to have to roll up my pants and catch and cross river to go to school. Now when the river come down, and I used to run track and field, so when the river come down and I'm out of school late, and the van them that used to take us from Spalding's back over to my area, over Cedar Silent Hill side, that stopped running, we used to have to walk the long route to come home. No transportation. I'm talking about around this little girl's age. Yeah? So I know these things. Are some heavy wooded bush up area this little girl is going through every single day. I don't know if her parents are able to, but me would have find a way. It's no secret what's been going on in Jamaica lately. So we can't be naive. We cannot act like we don't know what's going on. Oh, dress my little daughter pretty every morning, make sure her hair done, skin well, lotion up, and send her into the damn thick bushes to deliver herself to school every day and to walk herself home every evening after school. So with that, I said the parents share blame in this. The parents share blame. They set themselves up for this. They set that little girl up for this. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Come on, Jamaica hasn't been good in so long. It hasn't been 1 year, 2 years. Look how many girls get gone missing. Look how many girls get draw away, girl picnic get draw away, rape a bush, dash away. And you really wake up every day and send your little daughter out like that. And people are saying, oh, and the neighborhood is supposed to, and the community is supposed to listen, when it comes to your child, right? And everybody on here has a child, or you have a niece, or you have a nephew, or you know some small people, because small people, I call them. They're somewhere in your family or something. You have to put measures in place, okay? No, they're saying she's 8. But one article said that she was 7. I seen it in the Gleaner said she was 7, and Loop and Star said she was 8. But one time them said 7 as well. So that's why I said 7 or 8. 7 or 8 ain't that far apart. She wasn't 5 though. My daughter is 5. It is your responsibility as a parent to make sure, say, you know, listen, my people, it is your responsibility as a parent. Somebody told me about, look, when you send your child to school, they're the responsibility of the teachers. Yes, they are. But are you going to lay that squarely on the teacher and not be ready to jump into action if anything goes wrong? Do you think that teachers with how many kids in one classroom have time to have eyes on your kids all day, all along? I pulled up to my son's school a few days ago and seeing 2 or 3 kids have one little boy on the ground, kicking him to daylights, right? And this is outside the school fence and I'm thinking, my child goes to this school. So I made a big deal about it and went to the front office and demanded to see the principal and let the principal know that your teachers are out there with the kids on the field, and there's a child out there and I'm sure that child's parents does not know that their child is rolling around on the ground out here getting kicked the daylights out of him, right? Listen, it is always your responsibility to make sure your kid is safe, right? Whether you have to walk them to school, cut your job short and go pick them up, or arrange for somebody to be able to, somebody trustworthy, some point of contact, that way you know at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, Jimmy, I go pick up Shante every day. And if Jimmy can't make it, him call my phone. And if I'm at work, I have to leave work because whoever I have designated cannot go and pick her up today. Something. You don't just send her off out to school every morning, love you, baby, bye. When I saw the wooded area, have y'all seen it? I put a video up today using some footage from the footage that Star had put up on theirs, and I gave them credit for their footage. But I was focused on that area. Have you all seen how wooded, how thick, densely thick that so-called shortcut is? Did you hear what that big man said? We call himself about Tough Bird. Our man call himself Bird, you know, but that's neither here nor there. Did you hear what that man said? The man said him an old tough bird, and him run through that shortcut there when him go that way because him afraid. So how come you let your little girl go through there every day, Monday to Friday, every day? So yes, the parents are to blame. The parents are to blame. We're at a place now where people don't want to accept responsibility, and everybody plays victim so easily. Oh my God, it's me. Well, my head, I'm gonna die. Whoa, Jesus save us. We need to pray harder. What happened to you and your senses? What happened to you and common sense? What happened to you and precautions? That's where it starts. Yeah? I don't know, Rasta. I thought it's the way they did her too. Jano, man, what kind of feelings a big man can have for a 7-year-old girl, an 8-year-old girl? But we already know how the world is. I mean, we sit around and we ask these questions, but we know that the world is filled with these kind of people. The community is supposed to be united. The community is supposed to be safe. It's supposed to look out for all the children in the community, and each adult look out for each other. Everything is supposed to be. Guess what? This is what I answered this one person with, because they said supposed to. I said like this. Humans are supposed to be able to travel to any country we want and migrate to anywhere we want on the face of the earth because we are earth citizens. But the reality is what? Countries have been divided up under different leadership, rulership, and they have different immigration laws, rules, and restrictions, which we have to abide by. Break it down simpler. The community is supposed to be this. Everybody's supposed to look out for the little girl. This is supposed to be that. But what? But we know that we have pedophiles among us. We know that we have crazy people among us, real crazy people among us. We know that we have sick, mentally sick people among us, right? And knowing these things, we take precautions. I'm heated. I'm heated. Yeah, man, some people need more than help. God no. Disgusting is, I mean, I'm telling you, in her right mind doesn't do things like that. God no. I don't know how, I don't know how. I can't even try to put, I'm good at putting myself in other people's shoes just so I can see stuff from a different angle. I don't know how to put myself in the shoes of somebody that has a feeling for a 7, 8-year-old picnic. And then to put yourself, try to think, what were they thinking when them think, right time now for grab her and draw her away? And then do what? Video games network, I don't need to do anything. I need to do what I do. And what I do is what I do. I've explained many times why I use the term dashway. And since you're here and you might not have heard it, right? For one, it is crude. It feels like you have no empathy, no love, no innate, just dashway like garbage. Look at the situation, the circumstances, the way it is. That's one of our biggest problems. People want us to pretty up things as they happen. And that's what's gotten us to where we are today. When bad things happen, we use nice words to describe it so our minds forget it. Me not in that. I'm not joining that. I dash for them, dash for the little girl. It don't sound good? Let it sit with you like that. Maybe when a society at large starts to come together and say, "Raw, them a dash where we picnic them a dash for the whole away," then maybe things can be done. Hey, Vicky Victory, I love talking to people who might not understand. As long as he wasn't disrespectful, no disrespect talk, it's all good. I welcome a difference of opinions because I understand and it's fine. Yeah. But that's what's going on. We need to stop use pretty words to describe ugly situations and worry so much about people's feelings. I am sure that little girl parents right now care zero about me using the word dashway. Them probably I said the same thing. I dash with little girl like garbage. You see where they go find her? It's only garbage and dash like that. Way over one part around this up. All right, RG, will do. Make sure it's SouFLoTV@gmail.com. Walk on Samuel's views. Bless up, Robbie Corrigan. Bless up. Thank you so much. So much. Thank you. Right? Your support is phenomenal. Thank you. So yeah. Them dash with little girl people. Now, I made a post today where I said, for this one, a jungle justice we're saying no. People are saying, well, if you say jungle justice, it makes you no better than the people that did this. We have gone soft on crime. That's another issue. You see, when I was growing up, people would be scared to do stuff like that. That's why my generation, we walk street. Them send we go shop, we up so. We come back, kick stone, go all the way up there and come back by ourselves. in some thick bush where we live, way up in a Clarendon, and nobody ain't touching you. Yeah? Because jungle justice was real. Where we come from, it happened like that for real. You touch one of them picnic around here and your thing mash up. You have to run away and your family have to run away too. Oh, but it don't, why punish the family when? Because the family know where him up to long time and been protecting him, and it ain't the first time. Let me tell you something. When somebody does something like this, it's not their first time doing this. You don't just wake up one day and go from a normal person to somebody will draw away one little 5-year-old, or I mean 8-year-old, sorry, or 7-year-old, and sexually assault them and kill them and throw them over one part. That's up. This ain't the first time. This person done this before. You understand? This person done this before. So, and people know. People know when these kind of people are in the community, and then protect them and start out with little things, and they protect them because their family or them get some of them spoils or whatever the reason is, man. And then it turns to this. When they turn against the community now, it's outrage. That now I'm going again. So the story now is that he's been caught and set on fire. One baby. Come say hi to the people, let me know so they miss you. Yeah, man. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So, wife of there, thick and nice, and
So.
Kai is here. Oh, you got hi, bad, babe.
Your office chair is over.
All right. Hi, Kai. You want daddy? All right. So, I'm pull up the story right now. The people that must say hi, no, baby. Can't say hi back.
Hi, everybody. You're not calling tonight.
Yeah, me that do calling on. Like a one-man call and two-person call, and I never answer because I was talking and didn't want to miss what I was saying. But the line is open for anybody that wants to call in and express yourself. I'm sure I have it hooked up to the speakers now, so it should be good to go. One, Tata, come say hi to them. Come. So boy, get big, everybody. Say I'm chilling at home with my mommy and my daddy. That's my question, CRB. How do they know that they have the right person that quick? The thing that bugged me out about this still is because, check it. The law enforcement officer that was in the video talking said they have suspect in custody that was picked up 2 days after this happened. All right, here we go. Hey, caller, how you doing? Caller?
Yeah, SouFLoTV.
Yeah, brother, you have to turn down the device where you see me on because it's echoing loud.
Oh, yeah, man, put for me.
All right, brother.
Yeah, man. Everybody feel like the people in Jamaica, and every mother, I mean, send them pitney alone at school, you know, at a young age. So the mother take the bus with them kids too.
Yeah, man, we know that, man.
At school and them things there, isn't it?
Yeah, man, we know that.
But maybe I don't know the situation why a 7-year-old have to go to school alone. I mean, that's not right, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what Mida said to is so maybe them say mommy have to work early but arrangements should have been made. You know what I said?
Yeah, cause you know, Jamaican, I'll go find somebody in my family where says, hey, drop off my daughter at school.
Yeah.
Or school over 2 o'clock. Pick her up for me. You know, Jamaican things.
Yeah, that me I say.
Yeah, man. So no know what go on there, but as I say, parents should be blamed because I mean they're responsible to set that kind of arrangement. You know?
Yeah. You see.
I mean, just a sad situation, isn't it?
Oh boy.
You talk about how,
Yeah, man.
how
But big up still.
Yes, I am. Big up and bless up here.
did you talk about the portion where like if you're not ready to facilitate a child, you shouldn't have a child. Like if you're gonna raise a child in a certain environment, you're gonna need to protect them.
Yeah.
So based on her environment, she should have known that that wasn't a safe place for her child. With them the high bush and stuff like that, like she should have been way more careful. Especially the part that got me was is she's a girl.
Yeah.
Most Jamaican parents are overprotective of girls.
Yeah.
So for her to just allow her to just go to school by herself or walk through shortcut like that by herself, I don't understand that part. Because I know in my family it's majority male and the females that are in my family, they were overprotective. Like to a point where somehow we grew up naive. So I mean I understand that part. I don't understand how they dropped the ball on that. And then the police officers, when the people tried to do the whole search party, they didn't even join them until days later.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that as well. Jamaica is backward when it comes to that as well. Because the first 24 hours is so critical.
Vital in a missing person, child or adolescent or anything.
Let me take this call, man. Yes, family, welcome.
Yeah, greetings.
Greetings, what on?
Blessings to you and your family.
Yes, I same to you there.
Yeah, but Jano is a very sad situation with that little girl because they are ex-police and based on my knowledge of the whole Ananda Dean case that come about with the whole Ananda alert, when a child like that go missing, like the first 24 hours is very crucial. And
exactly. And that's
I
what
think there was some negligence on the part of the persons who appreciated that report at the station that it was reported to. And me don't know if the government or the hierarchy of the JCF had came out and make any statements based on the person being missing or the discovery of the body since the incident.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you can speak to that.
Yes, that's what I touch upon right now.
You see, Jamaica has reached a stage where no one is safe if you look at it because a 7-year-old girl will go to school or come back from school, even though the parents should have played a more crucial role in getting the child to and from school based on the era where them living and how the society are run now. Because if you look on it, because even since evening, there was a shooting where them shot up a police station as falling.
See that?
And there was a robbery and the man them try to escape and them shot up the station and 2 police got injured. And one of the police that got injured, him just come out of training. So and there was about 2 or 3 murders in Manchester last night. So the country I move away and based on how me see it, the government does not have a crime plan. And we're not really stray off topic, but just to get this point across, I think the state of emergency was good. However, I saw it as a band-aid over an open wound.
Yes, agreed, 100%. We've been saying that
because
ever.
Me used to work at Mobile.
Same.
I was a detective and I was a part of the scenes of crime unit. So me know the intricacies of JCF. And some of the time when we look on how the hierarchy deal with crime in Jamaica, it is a big blatant joke. Because everybody knows that Mobile have a crime issue.
Right.
And everybody knows that Jamaica have a crime issue.
Right.
If you have a state of emergency run for, it was 13 months or 14 months.
Around that.
Within that period of time, the way I know state of emergency to operate is it is a thing where you put into effect to curb certain things that is happening until you arrive at a proper solution, which is long term.
Yes.
If you understand what I say. And the thing is, they did not have a crime plan. And I think the reason why the opposition objected to extending the state of emergency was a political thing for the upcoming election.
Exactly.
That is my personal view, because when election come around over here, say this a party couldn't curb crime and that a party can do it, or that a party could do it and this one can't do it.
Playing politics with the people's life.
Exactly. They don't play with the lives of the people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look on it, I don't know if you saw an article in the paper the other day with the whole, and I'm very sorry if it's strictly off topic.
Go ahead.
With the whole election in the by-election in Portland. Was it Portland?
Portland.
No, it was Portland.
Oh yeah, Portland East.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was an article in the paper where a betting company came out and said how many bets were placed on that particular election and how much people put bet on this party and bet on that party. I mean, I say, look on that. I just a money making thing. Everybody just coming out to make money and they don't care about the welfare of the people. And that can mash up the country.
Mm-hmm. From top to bottom.
And me think the Prime Minister needs to formulate a strategy where to deal with persons where commit crimes of this magnitude against the children of the country who is the future.
Brother, you know, we've been talking about that for the longest. We've been beating this from about 2 years now.
Yeah.
About 2 years now.
Yeah, I know, because I follow the channel from the just start. So me know exactly what I talk about.
Missy, I don't want to say nothing out of the way because I don't see people in other countries like, well, they do. They talk bad about them president and them prime minister. But I don't want to talk bad about the man. He is the representative of Jamaica in the highest seat that there is. But come on, man. Is he effective though? Is he effective? And you know
continue. Sorry,
our thing as a people is, it seems like we're more about political affiliation than we are about actual real solutions.
Things for the country.
Yes.
And then like sweet talk and someone that's well spoken and light skinned. So that's
the harsh truth.
I think I don't have any proof to substantiate this claim, but it is my personal opinion that there are movers and shakers within the country who control the persons that sit at the highest seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically they are puppets.
Yes, I agree.
And maybe I was say something, but forget me lose my thought.
Alright.
But anyways, give thanks and have a blessed evening.
Blessing, my brother.
To all of the persons in the stream and blessings to your family. Respect.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So let's reel this back in now. Because he went all over the place and it was all good. Yeah. Right? He took it a lot of places just now. But we could reel it back in now.
The police officers that don't.
Somebody just said the K9 unit was busy. This caller that just called, he said something that I think we should pay attention to. I don't think they took this serious when that initial report, my child is missing, they probably just write it down and fling it over there. So. And that's known to happen in Jamaica. Police take a report, and as you turn your back, they just shelf it. Yes, caller, welcome. Hello?
Hey.
Well, take long to answer. Sorry. But call back if you can. Sorry, I just said email.
They didn't take it seriously because when the whole community they tried search PR, they actually had to go protest in front of
to get more help.
Yeah, protest in front of the police station and block the road for the police to actually come and help. So they didn't take it serious at all.
Yes, caller, welcome.
What's up, good night, so from the family? What's going on, man?
Not much. You alright? Them beautiful babies
Yeah,
there.
man, doing good, man, doing good. I just thought to give my 2 cents and the look good. I want to send my experience to the family, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and we really can't come to grips, you know, with the past now because what we don't really understand, as the caller said, as a young girl yourself, because me myself have 3 daughters, and knowing all the crime rate is in a Jamaica and all the matter with the kids them, how you let your young daughter travel to gully or whatever to what my understanding. You understand with no supervision, you know? So that's the experience also.
Your audio going in and out though, friend.
Oh, sorry. So that's negligence on behalf of the parents also, you know?
Yeah, that's what I said too. Big time. And we don't want
and
we don't want to beat the parents and add insult to injury and act like we're trying to rub salt in the wound, but we need others to understand that, you know what I'm saying?
No, because what we're trying to do now is to bring awareness because, you know, is as you always say, Jamaica, I don't like one time where everything is nice and, you know, merry and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them days are gone.
A serious time.
Yeah.
You know, and then also for Andrew Wellness, you know, may I call out the Prime Minister, you understand? To really come up with some crime plan to fight this thing because you can't just come around the community when you need what it's an interest. You know what I'm saying? You have to go in and going on a regular basis and get a real relationship with the community persons them. You know, and you have to eradicate from within the call, you know, the part from
your audio give you a fight, the brother.
The signal weak?
Yeah, your audio chipping and out like can't really hear. You're breaking up hard.
Oh. All right. So, let me take it out. I'm not gonna keep up the line, but can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I'm not keep up the line. So all me ask is for the youth to just unite, brother. Put on the gun, man. You know what I'm saying? There's something you can do. You know, no matter how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, just find some other alternative rather than just kill all the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true that.
With me, because me, I tell you, brother, me, you know, me, the scared for God.
See, man? Yeah, I'm still out. Yes, caller, welcome.
Welcome, General.
There, no king, welcome.
Yeah, man, if I'm a little girl, case and get a feedback and say, oh, then kill you, you know?
Where ask about it?
They say them kill you.
And that we all talk about it now.
Yeah, man, them kill him, because 2 of them, you know.
Yeah, but here what? Me just wait for that brother to come up on the phone and then me read the article. Cause nothing much not saying in the article still. It just said a man was mobbed and killed by angry residents of Sterling Castle Heights in West Rural St. Andrew today.
Yeah,
They said that they blame him for abducting the 8-year-old Shante Skyers. Her body was found, and them tell you, go back over the story again, where her body was found and all these things. You want it on camera? Watch out. Fuck to the boy. Okay.
Here's him and his brother.
Him and his brother.
Yeah. Not mental,
Okay, so are they saying that this was a person that was mentally ill?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man.
So much video on mental health.
Depression and anxiety.
Yeah, not even that, but just mentally ill people just roam the community and people just left them out there. They could be up to anything. And you know, But oh man, I have to go read more into this. But that you here,
Yeah, man.
Jano, but yeah, according to this, somebody get blazed up for it. Them set him on fire, right?
Yeah, yep. Lock him up. Yep.
You see you?
So them beat him first and the top line in the you know.
So in brother saying,
Yeah, brother, yes, them like yes.
so them saying brother is sane, but him is mentally ill.
Yeah.
So wait there.
So then kill the mentally ill one for the one we're seeing.
So the one was they must say I told them do it or the mentally ill one alone do it.
I told them do it, them beat the one with them kill for and him talk, so he will do it.
Yeah, but he mentally ill, so we are gonna take a mentally ill man words under pressure, getting beaten to death. Say him. But this thing about figure all kind of ways.
Yeah.
It is.
You see what I say?
For real, man.
You see what I say? So it's about figure all kind of ways. Cause now you have to think so when you hold a mentally ill person and them under pressure, whole community come down upon them, you know, and man I say, kill him, strangling time up there, so yo, light him my youth, light dash gasoline upon him. And already mentally ill, right? Already mentally ill. Me also paint a picture, already mentally ill. He might gonna say anything, you know. And me and my brother do it. You know? So them now them gone for the brother. The brother probably not have nothing to do with it. Here one, me want justice for this. And I wouldn't mind if I jungle justice, but I don't want the wrong person. Yeah. Cause that long I solve nothing. Now we're gonna have a dead girl and an innocent dead person.
Yeah.
You know what I say? So boy, I don't know. I want you to talk. I want you to talk.
Crazy, man, crazy. As I you the father, know the youth.
Eh?
Yeah, man. They never made any of play football together.
Which one? The youth where them said do it?
No, the little girl father.
Oh, the little girl father.
Yeah.
That tragic in a star. I mean, I can't imagine what it must be going through. But John, him set up the little girl, man. Him set up him daughter, man. Because in these days, in these times, we know what's going on in Jamaica. As much as people want to play like they're blind and say stuff like, well, this happened everywhere else across the earth. Nothing that happened in America, so why you not talk about it? Look, we focus on Jamaica. We know that a lot of that been happening in Jamaica. So based on just that alone, you should have extra precautions around your little daughter. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have the daughter out there now like that. Not a good look. And you see what happened. If somebody was picking her up from school and bringing her to school, this would have never happened to her. Yes, expose these witches. Help prevention is what a name. Prevention is better than cure, brother.
Yep.
Alright, so. Well, alright, my brother.
It's all right, man. Bless up your
Yes, sir. Bless up here.
And one thing with this case I don't want to see happen is Andrew Holness go to this place and hug and kiss and pay for this child's funeral and then do his whole PR thing that he normally does to cover up what's going on and act like he's the best prime minister in the world, and then Jamaica people forget. He has done it before. When that girl was raped last year and burned in that community, that's what he did. Yeah. He went there, shake some hands, kiss some babies, pay for the funeral, and then everybody forgot about that girl and about that woman's daughter, essentially. So with Shante, I don't want the same thing to happen. She's just going to be another example, another victim that Jamaican people forget. And it's getting to the point now where every year something worse happen to kids. And it's not even that it's getting worse, it's how young they're killing these kids. The one from last year was 15. No, Shante is 7. Like, it's getting out of control now. Honestly.
Yeah.
We don't want no party tricks in a hit and him come and do the whole PR stunt thing.
You know, say that go on.
Me no say that one, but I'm just telling the people to watch out and look what's going to happen.
True.
And don't forget this girl. With everything else that they're going to try to do and sweep it underneath the rug, do not forget what it's really about. And we need solutions. We don't need no more hug and kiss and pay for funeral and kiss baby. We need actual solutions to problems.
Something needs to be put in place to make where it makes this harder to happen or easier to solve. But in saying that, this is going to go right back to the responsibility of the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we said from the beginning, the people themselves have to wake up. We can't sit around and wait on politicians. Because obviously, they're not moving with our timing and they don't really care about the common man per se. So, again, if that child was protected by an adult going to school and from school, that would have never happened, which means we have to start policing up our own communities and we have to start policing up our own children, period. Yeah? So I go. Mr. People are talking about them now go back to Jamaica again because listen, now I'm going to sound like those other people. It happened everywhere, man. It happens everywhere. I'm sure it's happening right where you're at right now. Yeah? And as bad as it sounds, we're not talking about the murder rate here and robbery. This is a special kind of crime. That's what people might not understand. This is a special kind of crime. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no gunman go rob big people and shoot them. This is a special kind of crime. We're talking about a little child.
Also, Jamaican people need to actually start demanding certain things to be done. If you put somebody in a position of power and they're not able to give you what they promised you when they were running for prime minister, they need to come out, and the people also need to demand solutions. Jamaican people lackadaisical, and only when tragedy strikes Jamaica's door is when we talk about stuff like this, and it needs to stop.
Facts. Caller, sorry I couldn't answer, but call back please. Call back please. I'll answer this time. But I just didn't want to cut her off because I go live now and Brain not even able to come in on the live because she have to tend to Kai, and we got Kai right here. So for those of you who can hear clearly without me even through the baby, making them little coos and cars, then thank you for sticking around. All right, see me, I'm a call back. Yes, caller, sorry about that.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night. Live on the air. What?
Yeah. First, I must say, first say that's this.
Say again.
Really, and condolence go to the family.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm not going to push no judgment on the parents as yet. I would like to hear their side of the story and see what is their excuse for sending the little girl by herself to school.
No excuse, no other brother. That's what we're getting at right now. There is no excuse there. Me, I don't have no excuse why I can't protect my children. None. And my children are well protected. You understand? No excuse is acceptable. No excuse is acceptable. So it's sensitive. It's a sensitive matter right now. So, and I know say you're a good man and you don't want to feel like you're rub salt in their wound because the wound is fresh. But we have to talk truth when truth come about. No excuse is acceptable.
Yeah, well, you have a point, Stephen, but remember,
remember, if you are living overseas and them are living it, and you know that it could be a job schedule too. You understand me? A schedule maybe can be messed up.
Mm.
And she have to leave out early to work and don't have anyone to take her to school for her.
Well, hear what? Whatever job that is, I'll make it sound like this. Whatever job that is, if it cannot accommodate the protection of my child, then me have to go find next work. Okay, so now you have a job, right, that pays the bills, but you're picking it dead.
Yeah, well, you can, you have to look on it both ways, you know. Because remember, you have to pay your bills in Jamaica.
Yeah, man, I understand that. But there are measures that you can take even though you have to pay your bills. For instance, if you have to go work early, you make sure that somebody else is there to do it. Either you walk that kid to school and leave them there early in some that's another thing that they could implement, and I don't know if they have it in Jamaica. So for instance, here where I'm at, parents that have to go to school early or work early, them can drop their kids off to school in the early program from 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And school don't start till 8 o'clock or 8:30. You see what I'm saying? Now, in the evening time, they have what's called extended care. And that goes way into the evening. So parents who are going to be late again from work, they know that I can go pick my child up there because the child will still be in the care of the people that will drop the child off too. Maybe that's something else. And that's why I love these discussions, because that come out. Maybe that's something else we can push for them to implement and establish there. But there is no excuse as to why you cannot protect your child. I understand say bills have to pay and all that, but like I said, you're gonna have to find some other kind of work if it involves not being able to protect your child, because you see what the end result is. So now you're able to pay your bills, but you're burying your child though.
Yeah, well, I understand your point, you know. And most people in Jamaica don't have a car and they walk. So when you say take your child to school early, it makes sense still, but you have to really find out where to work and what time to go to work.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, I understand what the caller says still. I understand what you're saying. But just, I don't know. For me, I mean, I'm a father. For me, there's no excuse. No excuse is acceptable, you know?
Yeah, well, it's a sad situation, and I feel it for the family and things like that. I really feel it from the bottom of my heart. That is really sad. I'm telling you. Yeah, and Vybz Kartel issue now. I'm not going to speculate about Vybz Kartel health, because everyone speculating, and I know your health record's supposed to be private.
But you know what? We're not speculating about health record, you know. We're speculating based on public information. Like, for instance, the picture is public. We see it. So we see it, and he's someone famous. So we're just saying, hey, him look very different from what he looked like previously. And that looked like something is wrong with him. And based on that, we're free to do that. So speculating away, people are going to do regardless. You know what I'm saying? If I come on here tomorrow or next week and my face look rearranged and totally different, the people that come on the live or the people that tune into the channel all the time, they're going to start asking questions in the comment section. SouFlo, are you okay? I want to you. You look different. People are going to start talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something we are doing, man. Like, we see it and with us, because the whole world is talking. The whole world is talking. Our internet world we live in now, brother. So anything released now is no longer Jamaica no more. Anything released now. Kartel is in prison in Jamaica, and he has fans in all parts of Europe, Asia, Africa, and them places there. So and based on the internet how it's set up, when a thing Lego release in Jamaica now, all other parts, all other continents, you there see the same thing in record time. So people are gonna talk.
Yeah, and we can't stop people from talk.
You just have to say you're not speculate.
Yeah, but me,
not speculate.
I'm talking about myself. I am not speculating because I know that picture tell lies a whole lot of time.
Ah, you're good with that one. I agree. And I said that earlier. I said maybe it was the angle which he was looking. Maybe he was looking up, and the eye them just look like them bigger. I don't know, but yeah, could that be a bunch of things? So I understand you say you're not speculating. Big up for that.
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm not really. I'm gonna let someone else call in, but I'm just waiting on Vybz Kartel to say something about his health before I have nothing to say.
I agree.
All right, take care and big up your audience and Gaza Nation for life. And Gaza for life.
One is our respect family.
All right, big up.
Oh. All right. Good one. So, oh man, this Ventress Brown. If you know me, you know I'm not the kind of person to do that. Yeah, as long as people don't outright be disrespectful. So, yo, Black Rhino did a song with Shano where. Sorry, I'll cut you for a second. All right, let me answer this. Greetings, caller.
Yes, greetings. So obviously, this is a very serious topic that you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I myself, I have an 11-year-old son, and I'm very overprotective over him, especially now we're talking about a female. I hear you said that, the parents need to be accountable and everything for the little girl going to school by herself. And I do agree to some extent, you know what I mean? But I think that our biggest problem as Jamaicans we haven't evolved, you know what I mean? When I grew up in Jamaica, I walked miles and miles to school. Nowadays, I wouldn't let my son do that or my brother do that even in Jamaica. I heard a couple people say that it's a nationwide thing, that it needs to come from the top. It's a political thing. Because look how many girls have been missing in Jamaica. I have not heard a plan as to how we are going to address it.
Yes,
you understand what I'm saying?
Like school bus system for
right, the school bus system you mentioned.
Yes.
Pedophiles. When I was moving 2 years ago to my area, I ensured that I knew my area. I looked up what was the pedophile system around my son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those kind of things is very important, and I think that Jamaica doesn't have that.
A registry for sex offenders and let it be public.
Exactly, pedophiles.
Yes, stick up in for a second.
Awareness to the communities.
Hold on for a second. You brought up something very important. So let me let people know this. So here I am living in Florida, right? And let me tell you this. I can go on the computer right now, put in my address, right? And I will get a picture, a face, and the address of the individuals are in and around a certain mile radius of my neighborhood who have been arrested and convicted of any sexual offense. Right? So I know right away, well, damn, the man here raped off a little girl 5 years ago and did 5 years in prison and come out and he just moved next door. See,
absolutely.
These are the things that they need to implement in Jamaica. So when we say these things, people say stuff like, when you go a foreigner and come foreigner and then come go on like on the better than. No, we're seeing what's working outside of Jamaica and we want it implemented inside the country for the safety and betterment. Not true?
Yes, I agree. And Brain said it best. Jamaica need to start demanding. They need to stand up. Stand up for what we need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just sit there because stop your vote. Don't vote for nobody. But you have to stand up. The government needs to help us. Another thing I didn't understand, when you first posted, you never talked about the fact that no one ever talked about did she get to school or not. You know what I mean? There is the system that if a child doesn't show up within a couple hours, they're calling a parent to say, hey, your child have not showed up to school. You know what I mean?
Very good one. That's why I love these conversations, because one person can't think of everything. So there you are saying it. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
I am hoping that, you know, in her namesake, as I posted earlier on your page, is that we take a really good look at our systems, at awareness in the community, and use this as an opportunity to educate people and to also take some action in our communities so we can keep other children safe in the future.
Yes.
So that's all I have to say. Thank you for bringing this topic, and hopefully we can all make a difference in our communities.
Yes. Bless up, family, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh man, you know what she just said? And let me tell you again, it is very true. Again, when Etana, you remember when Etana said, let's be honest, if she was to grow old in Jamaica and she was in her 90s and she fall down, break her hip or having a heart attack, if she live way up in the rurals and she call 911 for help or 119 as it is in Jamaica, would they be able to get there in time to save her life, right? So we know that these first world countries, so-called first world countries, have things in place that we can emulate and put into action in our own country. So the whole bus system she just talked about. But the one point that just struck me, what she just said, she said, nobody has addressed yet, did she actually make it to school? I've heard people say her teacher said she was there. All right. Now in Jamaica, in where I'm at in Florida, I know that if my child is late or if my child does not show up or make it to school, all the numbers on that list, backup number, the grandmother number is gonna ring, my number gonna ring, the mother number gonna ring, and an automatic message comes on. Your child and Kosi so-and-so was not in school today. Your child is absent. It is now 8:05 a.m. and you have to say, wait, no, Kosi, I just dropped him off to school. So you get a chance to fly into action early, right? Is that there in Jamaica as well?
Oh, and for all the people that talk about Jamaica don't have no money, we know that is false.
Yes, very true. So the wife out there said, for all the people that are saying that Jamaica is broke, poor, don't have no money, can't afford certain things, that's lies. That's lies. That's lies. Okay, Jamaica is actually a very wealthy country. It is how the wealth is distributed. I who out the people and money, I could put it that way. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, she touched on that one again. See, that's why I love this kind of thing, because I never said it, really. She said it. Now, people, I see somebody, I don't want to go back and forth in between the topics, but somebody said them just a cartel picture and them look very different, and yeah, them not sure it's the same person. Yeah, man, we talked about that already. It's very true. All right, so Chan Donaldson says the officers are called and they never come. The police station needs to be put out there. This is another thing. Police don't work 24 hours in Jamaica. They work to a certain hour. Everybody go home. Police stations close. Again, where I live, police station open 24/7. And police are on duty. You have night shift and you have day shift officers. And we have police cars that patrol the area 24/7. So these are all things that can be implemented in Jamaica as well to make sure that, you know, safety is up a notch. Why everybody bungle up at work one shift or one time of day, or work daylight hours only, morning shift, evening shift, all is daylight. And by 8, 9 o'clock in the evening, police station closed. Everybody gone home. So what if me get chopping on my head or a man run me down to kill me at 9 o'clock? And the police station close to my house, but I can't run there for help. So it's Yeah. Robbie says they must scam the locals. No need to work full time. I saw. Yes, John I says the police work 24/7 in the rich people them area. Hear what? And the police are working in the rich people them area, you know, cause we just come from Jamaica and it's private security forces working 24/7 in the rich people area. Police gone at them yard. But all these things that could be implemented. It's a sad situation, man, that we are having this conversation still, but we just had this conversation though. It's become normal. It's become not commonplace. And like Brain said when she was here just now, she don't want this little girl to be just forgotten and it's on to the next one, which is what usually happens. And I am willing to bet that 5 to 7 days from now, everybody who is up in arms now and angry now and feel a way about this, they'll go right back to their regular posts on social media. They won't even remember the girl name. Say her name a week from now and somebody's gonna say, who? The girl, little girl, oh, yeah. You see? So, I don't know. I don't know what will come of this. I hate the hopeless feeling like nothing's gonna change, just another one. You know, when you see this happen, it hurts, but it hurts more knowing that nothing's gonna come of it. And it's gonna happen again. And again, and again, and nothing will come of it. Kent Long said, what you talk about, tree shift. T357. Tolan, want big up yourself, my brother. Look at Chantel area. We have yet to see a killer brought forward. Who really has to be told that they need day and night shift? Yeah, see there. Looking in from St. Martin, Sandra Bennett, welcome. Sandra, what's the murder statistic in St. Martin? Do you know? Because some of them other Caribbean islands here, when I go look up theirs, I just feel a way. I feel like they have bragging rights over us. I feel like when them say stuff about us that we prove it to be right. The man said, pay your bills. I'm discussing the safety of your child. And the man said, yeah, but you have to pay your bills, you know. In Jamaica, you have to pay your bills. Any part of the world, you have to pay your bills. But if that job have anything to do with leaving my children unprotected and out there for praise to get at them, then me just have to go find a different way to make a living to pay those bills. I saw. Let me take a call here. Hi, caller. Welcome.
Yes, sir. I go on. So.
There, you think I break up?
I hear you good, man. I hear me good.
Yeah, me clear. You breaking up.
Yeah, man. Well, so condolences to the family. Yes,
all right, loud and clear. Loud and clear. Yes, family. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, what me I say still, in my opinion, how me feel, all them can solve that crime in Jamaica war. This coming like a every year thing, you know. You see me?
Yeah. All multiple times every year too.
Yeah, man. This coming like a every year thing, brother. You see me? I said, yeah, I feel like the government to bring it back again, yeah, man.
Yes, I agree. But here, we talk about that already.
Want to commit a crime? You go hang, you see me? And if you do it publicly, you see me? I said, the government, them are whoever the murderer is, this is a serious thing, you see me? a joke thing. You see me I say? Once you commit a murder, you go put to end. You see me I say?
America is very worried about their relationship with certain other countries, if you know what I mean. That's why them countries, they have places like Saudi Arabia up in arms, because them deal with a different kind of justice, like chop off and hang in public and these kind of things. So Jamaica definitely will not go that far as to do it in public, but I definitely believe that it should be brought back. Capital punishment should be brought back, but certain things have to put in a place first. That way we make sure that we are capital punishment the right people.
Right. For real.
You see?
For real. I just so many people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, because this thing get out of hand, man. Every year, yes, a local girl missing. And when them do find anybody, you see that she dead or they abuse the girl badly, you see what I'm saying?
But them not find nobody alive, brother. That's why when you go watch my video where I put up the first one I did on this case. Me say I don't want to be pessimistic. I want to remain hopeful. But unfortunately, let's be realistic. Missing for 5 days in Jamaica, 8 years old. Let's prepare for the worst, because I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen.
But them I think one next girl, local girl, they miss it and then find her, you know. I think I was 14-year-old.
Yeah, but all right, that me say too. If she was 14, if you watch the video here, me say all that. If she was any teenage years, I can know say, you know, so them age that picnic start get difficult. Them start and then them start pre-runway, them start pre-boys, them start all kind of other something. And enough of the time them get catches because they went out there themselves. Them take themselves from home for some reason and missing. But as a 8-year-old is not gonna do that.
Real, man.
Yeah, and an 8-year-old.
Even I saw me there, you know, you see right, I saw me there. Right, the country I me there, me not lie. The country are crime free in a sense. You see me? All the time I see a man. You know, in other sense, where them kidnap look teenager girl and them think they not go and mess up.
Right.
Yeah, see me? Them think they not go and mess up, dog. See me I say? All the way we find a man dead, unless a gang thing, you see me? And that all happened here, so. You see me I say, I tell you, big man thing, I'm living so over years and I'm know, you see me? But that kidnap thing, the little girl in Jamaica, it'll get out and the government needs to do something about it.
Jalo.
Big man thing, you see me?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. But as some feel still, that's my opinion. I feel like them to bring him back. You want to commit a crime?
Strap it up, hang it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I just some feel, you see me? Big man thing. You see me I say?
Yeah,
but anyway, bless up still, you see me?
Big up and bless up here.
Yeah, man. Bless up BRAINS&THEBEAT to see you, man.
All right, family.
All right, bless him.
All right. So we're gonna cut this down. We won't go any further. Thanks to everybody that called in. I'm gonna read through a few comments for about 5 minutes before we shut down the whole session. So let's start off here. Boy, I'm gonna say this again one more time. That comment, the man bugged my brain. And bugged my brain with that one because him said, may I talk about this? I'm talking about the safety of your child, and he's making an excuse like bills. Then I saw the system have with that we will put our children's safety on the back burner because we have to pay bills. Here one, the little that we have to go do with it. By picking them, we have to go eat whatever we can find, scrape together. We might have to take things down a notch. We might even have to go light lamp instead of have electricity until we can get to a place where we can afford that. We have to go plant our own food in our backyard before we can go grocery shopping and all these things then. But changes are going to have to be made. But Minna, you cannot put the safety of your children at risk like that, man. You can't. And there is no, absolutely no excuse. None. So, all right, with that said, let's run through some comments real quick. So, all right, T357 says, Jamaica just backwards, and it's because of our leaders, and that's absolutely true. There are a lot of antiquated laws in Jamaica, and a lot of things that we're saying need to change or need to be implemented that cannot be changed or implemented because our leaders in Jamaica still have to answer to somebody else that's higher, that's probably not even in Jamaica. And that brings us to, are we really independent? That's our whole other video. All right? With them setting this brother on fire, and we say, yes, jungle justice. I want justice, but I don't want the wrong person to experience death or be harmed for something that they didn't do. The worst part now is that he's telling me that the brother that them catch and say he did it, he's mentally ill, and he's known to be mentally ill. You know, madman in the community, everybody know madman, right? But beating up a madman and the madman ball out and say, Lord, them all kill me. And me and my brother do it. And now we're going for the brother too. I don't know what to say. If it's really him, then what him get, right? But we need to be real about this. We need to make sure that we're actually bringing jungle justice to the right person. Venture said I call it piss me off. That call it ticked me off, but I have to hold my composure. And I'm not into disrespecting people unless them disrespectful. So Jamaica has never been and never will be independent. Ejoma Brown. That's the wealthy plantation that the rulers them don't want to let go of, isn't it? But the truth hurts, and good luck getting Jamaicans nowadays to accept that. I mean, if we accept that we aren't, then where do we go from there? We just have to go live with the knowledge that we are somebody's property. It's just gonna make people more angry. Fancy face, I get rid of Andrew Holness. And how do you do that? Another caller said, vote for who? Is establish an independent party? Assassination. Vote for JLP, PNP. In my eyes, they're both the same thing. When JLP now do Jamaica wrong, we vote in PNP, and then PNP do the same thing, and then we vote them out and vote in JLP, and then go back to the same thing. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And the one artist that got up and said, don't vote for nobody, you see where he's at. Yeah. Them soon see a better wage than foreign. So I had a discussion with a friend of mine who is way older than me, and he doesn't know that the Queen is the head of state in Jamaica, who is represented by the Governor General. Exactly. That's factual. And I did a video on that, and we get cost to no ends. People even took their time to tell me about my mother's private place. Because that's why I say accepting the truth is going to be very hard. So good luck waking the people up to that reality. But whoever believes that we're free and independent, make them go and believe that, because it keeps them happy and pacified. And on the plantation, they need the slaves to be pacified. You know, you don't want a rebellion and an uprising. So when they start feed them truth and them start explode with anger, bad for business. Yeah. Vote for no one, period. Yeah, the last artist that said that, so you see where he's at. But he said that though. But vote for no one, period. Look at them voting and then see. But you know what the thing is? We can say that, but it's not realistic also because the unity is not there. So as much as you were saying vote, it's just like when Gucci do some messed up stuff, and then you have one day you have all these black people come out. I'm not wearing Gucci no more. They disrespected us and this and that. You will have a whole other group of your people that will say, you can go and talk. Tonight, party I keep. And my Gucci shoes that may I beat with a fresh Gucci top out just coming. So the solutions are there, but until there is true unity, out the window, man. Out the window. A lot of people just don't like the truth, people, friend. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the truth. And it's the same people that you're trying to help that will actually bust your head for telling them the truth. Yeah. We are easy sellouts too. Don't forget that. So a life ain't worth nothing much. If they really want you, somebody said, why don't we why isn't an independent party created? Because they would assassinate the leader of that independent party. And when you replace him, then dash for him too. They want established what they have, and that is it. Here, Rastaman talk about an independent party. He's an attorney, and he was one of Vybz Kartel's attorneys. And he talked about an independent party he's a member of. Well, nothing we don't know about that independent party. So, Nico Wellington, I see you calling. I'm sorry I'm not accepting any more phone calls for the evening. I'm shutting it down right now. I'm going to leave you here. We talk about police working more than just that shift. Police stations staying open. We talked about establishing a database, DNA, fingerprint, biometrics database for anyone that has had some kind of run-in with the laws, or anyone that is of mental, unstable mental space that roams the community, them kind of people here. I've also said it that anyone who is deported back into the country needs to be not arrested, but held for processing. And yo, some of them people here with the time of prison, them not come out too right, you know. All these things. So if we're looking to clean up the country then, and not just talk about this situation with this little girl, but all the other situations that's happening and that has happened, then these are measures that can be put into place, right? Who never see the whole video, go rewatch it over, leave your comment in the comment section, manners and respect. Bless up to you. Hey bro, we live in a crazy times. Jamaica need reforming. Yes, it does, definitely does. Jamaica has changed tremendously, and I tell people who haven't been back there in a long time, I see some people come out and say, yo, it's been 20 years I haven't been. You're going back to a totally different Jamaica. If you left Jamaica more than 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, then you're going back to a totally different Jamaica when you return. All right? Times have changed, things have changed. It's not the same. Manners and customs and values and all them things that change. It's not what it used to be. 66,000 deportees, they said, or 69,000 deportees supposed to be deported in a 4-year space. And I think that number came out 2 years ago. And they've been steadily on it. And I just learned that a plane hits the airport faithfully. Every 2 weeks, we about every once a month, 12 times a year from the US alone. And this is stuff that our media in Jamaica doesn't even cover. Like, they're just steadily coming in. I mean, welcome home, but what are the implications? You think that if they were criminals overseas, and of course we know that not every deportee is a criminal, right? So big up to the ones that are not, but a lot of them are. So If they were criminals overseas, you think they're coming back to Jamaica to plant yam and banana and make the land fruitful? Every third Thursday, see that? You think they're coming back home to push hand cart and sell bag juice? They're used to a certain type of life. Yes, lots of money for the government, big sellout them. But anyway, people, keep yourself safe, keep your family safe. And remember, I said there's no excuse, none. None is acceptable for not putting measures in place to protect your children. I don't care about your job. I don't care about bills have to be paid. I don't care about none of that. Make sure you protect your children, or else you can't ball too hard when things happen to them, because we know what kind of world we're living in. All right? Stop with the self-pity. Wake up, wise up, and rise up. It's SouFLoTV there. One love. I'm out. Peace.